Hey guys, I made a little bit mistake in my last video with the Reds in Seattle, stating that that was the last video of round one. It was my most recent video, but I have recorded some videos earlier of another game that I was going to put out. And then while I was thinking of doing that, I said, well, why not go ahead and add one more and go back to the basics, being the basic game, because in the tournament we have the 1953 Brooklyn Dodgers against the 1927 New York Yankees. Both teams are in basic format only. So that's what we're doing today, is going back to the basics. And with the basic game, we just need two charts to go with the basic cards themselves. We got the basic fielding chart that we're going to be using. And then we have the basic base running, advancement, steals, and sacrifice bunt charts that we will be using when called upon. And let's look at the starting lineups for today's game. The Yankees are the de facto home team. Again, in the tournament, there is no real home team. They just get the last at bat. It's being played at a neutral stadium, so there's no advantage for that. And particularly in the basic game, there's no advantage for that anyway. All right, so starting off for the Brooklyn Dodgers, leading off and playing second base is Jim Gilliam. Batting second and playing shortstop is Pee Wee Reese. Hitting third is the Duke Snyder. He's in center field. Batting cleanup is left fielder Jackie Robinson. And I thought it was interesting when I was looking at the lineups that they used in their World Series game, that Jackie Robinson's in left field, and he's rated as a 4 in left field, which kind of surprised me. I thought he was a better fielder than that, but maybe he had issues in the outfield. I don't know. Batting fifth is catcher Roy Campanella. And of course, he's rated number 1 because he's a very good catcher. Batting sixth is Gil Hodges, the first baseman. And since I'm doing the designated hitter in all the other games, I figured why break the tradition now, keep it going. So George Shuba, a backup outfielder, is going to be the designated hitter for Brooklyn in this game. He will bat seventh. Carl Furillo, I believe he was the Reading Rifle was his nickname. He is going to bat eighth and play right field. Notice he has a rating of 1 also. I think that's mainly due to his arm. And then Billy Cox is at third base. He is also rated a 1, so quite a bit of 1-rated defenders in the game for Brooklyn. And on the mound for Brooklyn, the starting pitcher will be Carl Erskine. Carl Erskine on the season was 20-6, 3.53 ERA. So he will be trying to limit the Murderers Row Yankees from doing damage. Speaking of the Yankees, leading off will be center fielder Earl Combs. Batting second is the shortstop Mark Koenig. Batting third is the Babe, right fielder Babe Ruth. Batting cleanup is first baseman Lou Gehrig. Batting fifth is the left fielder Bob Buechel. Batting sixth is Tony Push-em-up Lazzeri. He's at second base. Batting seventh is the third baseman Joe Dugan. And batting eighth is going to be their designated hitter, Ben Pascal, I think is how it's pronounced. He's a backup outfielder. And the reason why I have him DH and Babe Ruth in the outfield is because Pascal is rated as a 3, where Babe Ruth is rated as a 2. So Ruth was actually rated better in the outfield than him, so that's why he gets the DH assignment today. And batting ninth and catching is Pat Collins. And on the mound for the 27 Yankees will be right-hander Wilcie Moore. And Moore, it was 19-7 with a 2.28 ERA in that season. Okay, got the score sheet all filled out, ready to go. 53 Brooklyn Dodgers, 27 New York Yankees. And we are ready to go here. And in the basic game, we'll just put those dice there, or the cards there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all in a row. So we'll see what happens. Remember, in the basic game, there are no left-right splits. There are no advanced fielding rules or any of that stuff. It's just pretty what they call is basic. Or some people will call it classic as well. So we're ready to go. I'm sorry, I got the Yankees playing against each other. Let's do here. It's not an inter-squad game. It's a Dodger-Yankee game. Pardon me, folks. It's early in the morning, and I had the day off today to get some things done around the house. So I thought one of the things I could get done was work on a couple of games of these tournaments. So it's in the morning. I'm drinking my coffee, and I'm taking a chance of playing it while it's morning time. fact, it's 7:48, so normally I'd just be arriving at work right now, but slept in a little bit, and so I'm just trying to get things going here, keeping it real, as they say. So we'll be back and get ready for the first pitch of the 53 Brooklyn Dodgers against the 27 New York Yankees. Okay, one more thing before I start. I do have the instruction book out. These 2 pages right here pretty much cover everything in the basic game that you need. Some things I try to play advanced so much that I forget some of the subtleties of the basic game, especially as far as stealing and reductions and so forth. So I've got that in front of me here, and I will consult that when and if needed, or if and when needed. I'm not sure how it's really supposed to be said, but we're ready to go now. Jim Gilmore will be leading things off, or Jim Gilliam. Jim Gilmore is our politician for Virginia, so I got him on the brain. They were talking about him yesterday with the Trump thing. So that's what I get for listening to political radio sometimes. Sometimes it's better just to stick your head in the sand and not even worry about it and play baseball. All right, Jim Gilliam leading it off against Will Seymour, and we're ready to go. It's a 3-7 and a 3-7. We're off Gilliam's card. 3-7 for Gilliam is a single, possibly, or a line out to the third baseman. So we invoke the D20. 1 through 7 is a single. It is a 13, so he is out. It's a line out to the third baseman, Joe Dugan. So Gilliam lines out to Dugan for out number 1. He is retired, and that'll bring up the Pee-wee Reese. Pee-wee Reese, the shortstop, steps up. Here's the pitch. It is a 3-5. Pee-wee draws a walk. So Pee-wee draws a 1-out walk. Now, how is Pee-wee on his running? He's a stealer. So if we look at this right now early on, so I can get myself straight on it. An A stealer, he's got a 1 through 16 rating. And we also need to look at the catcher rating of the Yankee catcher, Pat Collins. He is a catcher rated number 3. So a catcher rated number 3 is going to reduce the running rating by 2, by a -2. So Pee-wee Reese is a 1 through 16. He is now a 1 through 14. And then, of course, he's being held. So if he's being held, then you're going to want to reduce it even further. Let's see here. Let's look at the stealing chart that came with the game, the basic stealing chart. You've got your numbers here, A, 1 through, this says 1 through 16. It's really 1 through 16 according to Reese's card. So let me get that straight before we move further so I won't make a mistake. Okay, so according to the basic rule, this catcher deduction is only used if you're declaring that you're holding the runner, and that's what the Yankees are going to do. They're going to hold Pee-wee Reese. However, there is one, or I guess maybe 2 consequences to that. That if a ground ball on the results chart comes up with a ++ or star, I'm sorry, any ground ball followed by a ++ becomes a single star when a runner's being held. So there is a risk you take by doing that, but they're going to do it anyway. So the catcher 3 rating for the catcher Collins means a -2 for Pee-wee Reese. So he is now a 1 to 14, but odds on the D20, 1 to 14 is pretty good. They're going to try it. So here's a Pee-wee trying to make a steal. He needs a 1 through a 14 to do it. And he gets it, a 14 exactly. A 14 exactly. So Pee-wee Reese steals second base, but barely. But he does steal second base, and that'll put him in scoring position for the Duke Snider. So Duke Snider steps to the plate. Runner in scoring position. Will Seymour will have to bear down a little bit. Oops. There is the pitch. It's a 4-7. And a 4-7 for Will Seymour. It's under Moore's card. A 7 is a single star or a line out to second base. So the D20 is being invoked a lot here early. We'll see more needs a 7 or higher. He doesn't get it, it's a 3, so it's a single, but it's only 1 star. So Pee Wee Reese will have to stop at third base. So runners are at the corners with 1 out, and Jackie Robinson, the batter. So the Dodgers trying to strike while the iron's hot here. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Here's Jackie. It is a 2-7. So Jackie Robinson draws a walk on a 2-7. So the bases are now loaded. So the bases are loaded. Bases are now loaded for Roy Campanella. And this is tough times for Will Seymour here. Campanella with the bases loaded and 1 out. He needs a double play in the worst way. It is a 2-3. 2-3 for Campanella. He just missed it. A 2-2 would have been a line out as many outs as possible. However, a 2-3 is a ground ball to short, A++. So what does the plus mean? That only talks about if the infield would have been in. Remember, had they been holding the runner like they were in the stealing situation, that would have turned into a star. But that did not happen. So this is simply a ground ball shortstop A, and on a shortstop A, we know that that is a double play. So they got the double play they needed. Campanella hits into the 6-4-3 double play, and Will Seymour gets out of a mess, and the Dodgers miss out on an opportunity there. But that's the way it goes. So after half an inning, the score is Brooklyn 0, and the 27 Yankees coming to bat. All right, Carl Erskine on the hill. He'll be facing leadoff hitter Earl Combs to start the ball game for the Yankees. It is a 5-8, and a 5-8 under Erskine is a strikeout. So Carl Erskine picks up the K to start things off. Good way for him to start. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Mark Koenig. It's always a good idea against these 27 Yankees to keep Combs and Koenig off the bases so that Ruth and Gehrig have no one to bring in but themselves. Here's Koenig. It's a 6-12. 6-12. Ground ball pitcher B. So the B doesn't matter because nobody's on base. So Koenig caps it meekly back to Erskine, and quickly 2 up, 2 down. Erskine feeling pretty good about himself. And that'll bring up the Babe Ruth, see what he can do. I'm sure he can do better than grounding back to the pitcher. Of course, he could strike out too. So let's see. But he's off his own card this time, so that's always a good thing for him. 3-8. 3-8 is a split chance. 1-8 for a single. Anything else is a liner to Gillum at second base. So he wants a 1-8. And he got it. He got a 6. So even though it went off the table there, that is a base hit for Ruth. And that'll bring up Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig with Ruth at first base. Obviously, they're not going to hold Ruth on. They're not worried about him running. So here's Gehrig. It's a 6-5, so we're under Erskine. But there's a chance for some damage. A 1-3 is a triple. Anything else is a single star for a 2-base advancement. And the rolls of 13, so that's a star. So Babe Ruth will lumber over to third base with runners at the corners now. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Bob Musil. With runners at the corners and 2 outs. Can he deliver? It's a 2-6. 2-6, he does deliver. It's a single. No stars or anything, just a single. So Gehrig will stop at second base. Musil gets the RBI as Ruth scores, and it's now a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Yankees. And runners at first and second, 2 outs. Erskine's still not out of this. He's got Tony Push-Em-Up Lazzeri, who was called that because he was able to push up the base runners at a high rate of success. So here's the pitch to Lazzeri. It's a 5-6. 5-6 is back off of Erskine's, but we've got damage again. He's going to push him up because we got a double star or a single star. So somebody's scoring. Let's see who it's going to be here. 1 through 5 for a double. Anything else is a single. It is a 20, so that's a single star. But that means Gehrig will come around to score. And that means Musil will go to third on the push him up Lazzeri single, and the Yankees now lead it 2-0. And Joe Dugan, the batter. Joe Dugan. This is not the Tom Hanks character in League of Their Own. This is a guy, real name Joe Dugan, third baseman for the 27 Yankees. Actually, it was Jimmy Dugan was the managers in that movie. I digress. 4-6. 4-6 is Erskine, and he found a strikeout amongst the hits. He did find a strikeout, and the inning is over. But the Yankees do pick up 2 runs. So after 1 complete, it is the Yankees 2 and Brooklyn nothing. And coming up for the Dodgers, Gil Hodges will be leading things off against Will Seymour. Gil Hodges, the Dodgers had an opportunity in the first inning and did not capitalize. Here is Hodges. It's a 2-8. 2-8 for Hodges is a strikeout. So Will Seymour, a little refreshed by that run support, has struck out Gil Hodges. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, George Shuba. It's a 3-11, as that's on an incline there. 3-11. 3-11 for Shuba is a ground ball to third. So he grounds it to Dugan for out number 2, and that'll go to Carl Furillo now, the number 8 hitter, with 2 outs and the base is empty. Carl Furillo, the Reading Rifle. 4-8. We're under Wilcie Moore. 4-8 is a walk. So Wilcie with a 2-out walk to Furillo. And that'll bring up the third baseman and number 9 hitter, Billy Cox. So Billy Cox steps up. Furillo at first. I don't think Furillo's going anywhere, so here's the pitch. It's a 4-5 under Wilcie Moore. That's a ground ball to second baseman. Ground ball to Lazzeri, and the inning is over. So nothing doing for the Dodgers here in the second. And after 1.5, it's still the Yankees 2, Dodgers nothing. And coming up, leading off for the Yankees will be their designated hitter, Ben Pascal. I'm not sure if it's Paschal or Pascal. I'm just going to call it Pascal. And we'll just go with that. He'll be facing Erskine, who's trying to rebound from that 2-run first inning. It's a 6-6. 6-6 is a strikeout, so that's a good way to rebound, or go on the rebound is a strikeout. That's actually 2 strikeouts in a row for Erskine because he struck out Dugan to end the first. So here's Pat Collins, the catcher, and number 9 hitter. It is a 6-9 for Erskine. That's a fly ball to the left fielder, Jackie Robinson. So there's 2 away. Quickly 2 down, and that'll bring up Earl Combs, the left fielder. Center fielder. He struck out his first time up. It is a 5-7. 5-7, he struck out again as Erskine with the strikeout. So Carl Erskine with a 1-2-3 second inning trying to calm the 27 Yankees down a little bit. After 2 complete, the score is still Yankees 2 and Dodgers nothing. And coming up for the Dodgers will be leadoff hitter Jim Gilliam. Or Jim Gilliam. I'm not sure how it's pronounced. I think it's pronounced Gilliam. He lined to third his first time up. This time it's a 4-7. 4-7 is a potential line out again. 1-6 would be a single. So let's see if we can get a 1-6. He does not. He lines out again, this time to the second baseman. So he tried the third baseman Dugan his first time up, and that didn't work. So this time he lines to Lazzeri, and that didn't work any better. So he is out, and that'll bring up Pee Wee Reese. He walked and stole second his first time up, but was stranded at third base. Here's Pee Wee. Pee Wee, a 4-7 for Pee Wee off of Will C. Moore's card. We just had that roll. We're back again. 1-6 for a single. 7-20 is a line out. It is a line out again. So back-to-back line outs to Lazeri. That's what I get for rolling the same thing twice. Don't like doing that. I almost feel like re-rolling, but I guess I'll stick with it. All right, here's Duke Snyder. If I roll 4-7 again, then I may have to do something. It's a 4-7. Do you believe this? 3 times in a row just rolled 4-7. Should I go play crap somewhere? All right, 4-7. I'm going to stick with it. Play it like it lies. It's something with these dice. I don't know what it is. Here's a 14, so it's a third consecutive line out to Tony Lazeri. Keep him busy over there. And the inning is over. I don't think I've ever done that where I've had 3 consecutive dice rolls the same in a Strat-o-matic game. And no, I do not play craps. The only time I roll dice is Strat-o-matic, usually. Well, there's other games I play dice on, obviously, like Replay Baseball and History Maker Baseball, but I do not play, don't know anything about craps, so. All right, bottom of the third, Mark Koenig, the shortstop, is up. He grounded back to Erskine his first time up. He got a 1-7 this time instead of a 4-7, a 1-7, this time under Koenig. And a 1-7 is a ground ball to short. So Koenig with a 6-3 ground out to Pee Wee. 1 away, and now this is where the trouble started for Erskine last time in the first inning. We've got Babe Ruth coming up, followed by Gehrig. Oops, it is a 1-9. A 1-9, we're under Ruth, and he walks. A lot of walks on Babe Ruth's card. Lots of walks. So Babe Ruth draws a 1-out walk. And that brings up the Iron Man, Lou Gehrig. Of course, Cal Ripken took that Iron Man title away from him. But he's still the Iron Man. And can you believe this? Another 4-7. How many times can I roll 4-7? My goodness. And so we're back on the same thing. Even though it's a different pitcher, he's got the same result in the 4-7 slot. We've got that single or line out. This time it's to first base, not second base. So 1-6 is a single. Didn't get it. He lines out to first baseman Gil Hodges for out number 2. This 4-7 thing has got to kind of break that monotony here. Can't have all these 4-7s coming up. Okay, Bob Uschel, the batter. It is a 6-10, so we're off of Erskine, and that's a fly ball to center. So Erskine meanders through the third inning without any issues. And we go to the fourth inning. Score still 27 Yankees 2, and the 53 Dodgers nothing. Jackie Robinson will lead things off. He walked and was retired on a double play his first time up. It's a 3-9. 3-9 is a fly ball to the center fielder, Combs. So 1 away as Robinson flies to center. That will bring up Roy Campanella. He's the one who hit into that double play his last time up. He was up with the bases loaded, remember, and 2 outs and grounded into that double play. All right, we've got a 3-5, and he walks. So Campanella found a walk, 3-5. 3-5, and that'll bring up Gil Hodges. Gil Hodges. 3-8 for Hodges. That is a probable line out. He may get a single if he can roll a 1-3. That's the only difference. A 1-3. He did not get it. Therefore, it's a line out to the shortstop Koenig for out number 2. And it'll be all up now to George Shuba, the designated hitter. And Shuba grounded to third his first time up. Shuba, a 1-9. 1-9, he grounds to third again. So that's going to do it for Shuba and the Dodgers here in the fourth. We'll see more rolling along. And after 3.5, it is still the Yankees 2 and the Dodgers nothing. So Tony Push-em-up Lazzeri will lead things off for the Yankees. He got an RBI single his first time up. This time he's got nobody to push up but himself. It's a 6-10, so under Erskine, 6-10 is a fly ball to center. So nothing doing for Lazzeri this time around as he flies to center. And that will bring up Joe Dugan. The pitch, Joe Dugan, 6'4". 6'4" is a potential home run. 1-12 for a homer, 13-20 for a double. So Dugan may be able to go deep. He needs a 1 through a 12. And he got it. It's a 7, even though it went off the board there. It's a home run for Joe Dugan. And now the Yankees lead it 3-0. Dugan only had 2 home runs all year, but it was off Erskine's card, so he was able to get that home run. Probably in a more advanced game, he would have been a W-rated hitter and got a single instead, but in the basic game, it's a home run. So here's Ben Pascal. It's a 6-3. 6-3 is a fly ball to left field X, so we're finally going to invoke the fielding chart. And remember, Jackie Robinson is a 4-rated outfielder, so not too good. A lot of chances for hits or potential errors in there. So we're going to invoke the D20 and see what happens here. D20 is a 7. So we go to the outfielder chart, number 4, and scroll down to number 7. He did make the out. It says out number 1. Out number 1, runners advance 1 base, but there's nobody on base. So therefore, it's simply a fly to left for out number 2. So Ben Pascal is out, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, catcher Pat Collins. 2 outs and the base is empty. It's a 4-6. 4-6 off of Erskine is a strikeout. So Erskine strikes Collins out to end the inning, but the Yankees do pick up a run on the Dugan homer. And after 4 complete, it is the 27 Yankees 3 and the 53 Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. Okay, we'll see more. Back to the bump for inning 5. And Carl Furillo, the Reading Rifle, will lead things off. It's a 4-8. 4-8 is a walk. So Carl Furillo draws his second walk. He walked in the second inning and was stranded at second base. Down 3-0, they're not going to risk the steal. So Billy Cox steps up. He grounded to second his first time up. It's a 1-3 for Billy Cox, and he pops out to second base. It says plus injury, but we're not doing injuries in this tournament. So it's a pop out to Lazzeri for out number 1. And now we're back to the top of the order in Jim Gilliam. Or Gillum. I think it's pronounced Gilliam. I'm not sure. I wasn't around in 53 to figure it out. Here's the pitch. It's a 3-3. That's a ground ball, second base A, so that's a double play. 4-6-3 double play. And that will do it for the Dodgers here in the 5th. We'll see more just rolling along here. And at the end of 4.5, we have the Yankees 3 and the Dodgers nothing. And Carl Erskine still hanging on. We'll face Earl Combs to lead things off. Combs, the leadoff hitter and center fielder, who has struck out twice. So Erskine has had Combs' number. It's a 3-10. 3-10. This time we're off Combs. It's a fly ball to center. So still gets Combs. Not a strikeout, but it's an out nonetheless. And it's a leadoff fly ball to center for 1 away. And that'll bring up Mark Koenig, the shortstop. He's also 0 for 2, 2 ground outs. See if he can at least get the ball in the air this time. 6-7. 6-7, nope, he can't get the ball anywhere. It's a strikeout on the 6-7 check. So 2 down. And back to Babe Ruth. He has singled and scored and then walked his last time up. Here is the Babe. 2-3. 2-3 for the Babe is a ground ball. I'm sorry, it's a fly ball to right field. So Babe Ruth flies out to Furillo to end the inning. Really uneventful fifth inning for the Yankees. And after 5 complete, score is the Yankees 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Okay, Pee Wee Reese to start out at the top of the 6th. He has walked, stolen a base, and lined to second. It's a 112. Pee Wee, 112 is a ground ball to third. So Pee Wee, ground ball to Dugan for out number 1. And now we've got the Duke Snyder up. Snyder has singled and lined to second. And his single is the only hit for the Dodgers in this game. It's a 4-4. 4-4. Well, he's going to get another hit here. Number 1's a home run. Anything else is a double. So at least get a double out of it. So he's looking for the number 1. Probably won't get it, but you never know. Nope, it's 10. But it is a double. So a double for Duke Snyder. 1 out double, and that brings up Jackie Robinson, the heart of the order. This is a chance for the Dodgers to make some move here. Try to close the gap. Break up that shutout if nothing else. It's a 1-3 for Jackie, but he gets the ground ball B, second base B. So that will move Snyder to third base, but now there are 2 outs. And it's up to Roy Campanella. He's going to need a hit to bring a run home here. Roy Campanella, 2 outs, runner at third base. It's a 1-6 for Campanella. He just missed it. He had 3 home runs here at 7, 8, and 9, but the 6 is a ground ball to Dugan. So Campanella just missed his pitch, got on top of it, grounded to Dugan, and that's it for the Dodgers here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the score still Yankees 3 and Dodgers nothing. Erskine's still in there. And he will be facing Lou Gehrig to start things off. It's a 3-2 for Gehrig, and that's a strikeout. A rare strikeout, but strikeout nonetheless. See how many home runs Gehrig has on his column 3, but that number 2 there got him the strikeout. That'll bring up Bob Musial. I don't guess they called him Bob Metamucil back in the day. Could have something to do with runs, but I better not go down that rabbit trail. 5-8. 5-8. He strikes out. Maybe he's got the runs. So it's a strikeout from Musial for out number 2. G-rated program, so I better hold off on that until I have more coffee. All right, here is Tony Push'em Up Lazzari. And Erskine has struck out the first 2 he's faced this inning. It's a 6-12. That's a ground ball back to Erskine. So rather, again, a non-eventful 6th inning. And we've played 6 complete. His score hasn't changed. It's still Yankees 3 and the Dodgers nothing. And coming up for the Dodgers to lead off is Gil Hodges. Will Seymour has been strolling along here, pitching his shutout. So here we go. Gil Hodges, the batter. It's a 5-7. 5-7 is a strikeout. 5-7 is a strikeout. So Gil Hodges with a strikeout. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, George Shuba. I know it seems weird doing a designated hitter on a game of this capacity, but since they're in the tournament, got to get them used to DHing. It's a 1-4. 1-4 for Shuba is a single. So a single for George Shuba. A single, 1-out single, and that'll bring up the Reading rifle, Carl Furillo. Carl Furillo, he hit 344 this season, so he's got lots of hits on his card if he can find them. It's a 2-11, he's going to get a chance, but the 11 is a ground ball A to third base, so that's a double play. So a 5-4-3 around the horn double play quells any potential rally that the Dodgers thought they might have. And it's 7th inning stretch time here at neutral field with the score still the Yankees 3 and the Brooklyn Dodgers nothing. Carl Erskine back out for his 7th inning of work. He'll be facing the bottom third of the order, Joe Dugan. Ben Pascal and Pat Collins, 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Yankees. It is a 6-11. 6-11 is a fly ball right field X, so we're going to invoke the defensive prowess of the Reading Rifle, Carl Furillo. And Carl Furillo is a 1-rated right fielder, so pretty good chance he'll make the play here on the D20. So let's see here. Other than an 18, 19, or 20, actually 18 is an error. 19 and 20 he rolls again. Anything else, he makes the play. It's a 1, so he made the play. So it's a fly ball to right field for Dugan, and there's 1 away. And that will bring up Ben Pascal. Could be a couple complete games the way the pitchers are going here. It's a 3-8. 3-8 for Pascal is a single. So hold the phone. The Dodger bullpen may be loosening here. In fact, they do have some activity in their bullpen. And it's going to be Clem Labine. So Clem Labine is in the Dodger bullpen in case Furillo starts to falter. Pat Collins is the batter. 5-10 for Erskine. It's a fly ball to center field X, and that brings up the rating for Schneider, who is also a number 1 rated. So again, anything under an 18, he's an automatic out. It's a 14, so he's out for out number 2, and Pascal at first base is not going anywhere. So 2 down, and we're back to the top of the order, and Earl Combs, as Erskine tries to get through 7 complete. Here's the pitch to Combs. It's a 5-8, and 5-8 is a strikeout. So Erskine has done it. He's gotten through 7 complete. Actually, a quality start as they make the term now, 3 runs or less in actually through 6 innings. He did it through 7. So after 7 complete, score is still the Yankees 3 and the Dodgers nothing. We'll see more still rolling along. No activity in the Yankee bullpen yet. And why would there be? He's rolling along. So that'll bring up Billy Cox, the number 9 hitter. It's a 5-5, and that's a ground ball to second. So Billy Cox grounds out to Lazeri for out number 1. And the Dodgers are quickly running out of outs here. We're back to the top of the order. They get to go through the order one more time. Jim Gilliam, he's 0 for 3. It's a 6-11. He's now 0 for 4. It's a ground ball back to Wilcie Moore. So Gilliam not having a good day. He is now 0 for 4. And that'll bring up Pee Wee Reese. Pee Wee, he's 0 for 2 with a walk and a stolen base. There's Pee Wee, 6-5. 6-5 is a fly ball to center. So Combs handles it in center field, and the inning is over. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. The score is still Yankees 3 and the Dodgers nothing. Okay, new Dodger pitcher is Clem Labine. He will come in to pitch the 8th. Close the book on Erskine. He actually pitched pretty well. Pitched 7 innings, faced 28 batters, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs all earned, 1 being the home run to Dugan. Walked 1, struck out 9. Now, in those 6 hits, 4 of those came in the first inning when he gave up 2 runs. So from the second inning on, he pitched a 2-hitter. But no run support, so he's down 3-0, as are the Dodgers. So Clem Labine is in there to face the shortstop Mark Koenig, number 2 hitter. So he's got to face Koenig, Ruth, and Gehrig. Clem Labine says thanks. All right, here's the pitch, 4-6. 4-6 is a potential base hit. So 1-4, well, it's not a potential base hit, it is a base hit. 1-4 is a double, 5-20 is a single. Should have said a potential double. So 1-4 is a double, but he gets a single. It's an 18, so it's a single for Koenig. But he's the table setter now for Babe Ruth. So you got Ruth and Gehrig coming up with a runner on base, and Clem may be in trouble. Here's the pitch to Ruth. It's 6-10. 6-10 is a fly ball to left, so Jackie Robinson makes that play. 1 away, and that'll bring up Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig. 4-10. 410 is a strikeout. So how about that? Clem sucking it up here and retiring Ruth on a fly out and striking out Gehrig, who struck out his last 2 times. That's a little bit unusual for him. For Gehrig, he's 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Here's Bob Metamucil. It's a 6-6 for Clem Labine. It's a pop out to short. So that ends the inning. So Labine escapes pitching his 1 inning. He's given up 1 hit. He got a strikeout, and that was it. Faced 4 batters. So Labine did his job, keeping things close. But now we go to the top of the 9th, last call, last chance for the Dodgers. Will Seymour working on a shutout. Now the Yankees do have bullpen activity just in the rare instance that there might possibly be a problem with Will Seymour finishing the game, and it's going to be George Pipgras. George Pipgras is in the bullpen just in case. But Will Seymour says, don't worry about it, I got it. All right, Duke Snider. So he does have to go to the heart of the order, and Duke Snider did double his last time up. So here's Duke. He's actually 2 for 3 in the game. It's a 5-4. 5-4. He flies out to center, but there is an X, so we do check Combs. He is a number 1 rated fielder, so anything below an 18 is no problem. It's a 3. It's definitely no problem. So it's a fly out to center field. And the Dodgers are down to the last 2 outs. That'll bring up Jackie Robinson. Jackie Robinson. A 4-2. Off Will Seymour is a line out to third base. So Wilsey may be able to go ahead and wrap this up here on a complete game shutout. He's 1 out away. Roy Campanella. It's a 4-9. 4-9 is a pop out to first. Hauled in by Gehrig, and the ball game is over. And the 27 Yankees defeat the Brooklyn Dodgers of 53 by the score of 3-0. We'll be right back with the totals and who they face next in the tournament. Okay, we're back to wrap things up in this round 1 game. The final line score, the Yankees of 27, 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, and 5 left. For Brooklyn, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, and 5 left. Winning pitcher was Will Seymour. He pitched a complete game shutout. He only allowed the 3 hits. He did walk 4 and struck out only 2, but he kind of had the Dodgers number today. And the tough luck loser was Carl Erskine, who pitched well. He pitched 7 innings and only gave up 3 runs against the 27 Yankees. That's a pretty good job. But just couldn't get anything going offensively for the Dodgers. So they are eliminated from the tournament. The Yankees, 27 Yankees, will move on. And the lucky team that gets to play them will be the winner of the 1988 Oakland A's against a new entrant in the tournament. We had a dropout. The 61 Reds have dropped out of the tournament, and they'll be replaced by the 1993 Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies of Lenny Dykstra, Darren Dalton, Curt Schilling, Tommy Green, John Kruk, and company. They will actually had a better record than Cincinnati, and I just felt like they should replace Cincinnati in that tournament. Nothing against Cincinnati, just not enough room, and I wanted to make sure that the Phillies of 93, who I thought were a really, really, really good team, should be included in the tournament. So they get nudged out. Cincinnati gets nudged out and replaced by the 93 Phillies. They will go against the Jose Canseco-led 88 Oakland A's, and the Oakland A's and the Philadelphia Phillies, whoever comes out of that, will have their hands full with the 27 Yankees. So that's it from here. We're another round 1 game in the books, and that's going to probably do it for the video portions of the round 1. I do have the A's and I do have the 1990 Reds and the 2015 Royals game to post, so I'll post that as well. May do one more, see how it goes, see how much time I have. And if I do one more, then what I would do is save that for the last game of round one and then do a total recap at the end of that video to get everybody ready for Sweet 16. But don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. Right now, the only thing to concern for the Yankees of 27 is that they advance, and they will meet the winner of the 93 Phillies and the 88 Oakland A's. So from here, I hope everybody has a great day, and we'll catch everybody for more round one activity.